Dear ICYF General Assembly, Ministers, newly elected President Taha Ayhan, Your Excellencies, esteemed guests, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you all to this magnificent city of Istanbul at this very beautiful February day. And I hope the work and ambitions of our Muslim youth will be organized professionally and institutionally under ICYF for another 5 years under the leadership and presidency of Brother Taha Ayhan. Thank you. As the World Ethnosport Confederation, we were established in 2015 in Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan, and moved our headquarters to Istanbul 2 years later in 2017. And we have been co-organizers of the World Nomad Games in 2016, 2018, and 2022, twice in Bishkek and once in Iznik in Turkey. We are working to popularize traditional sports all around the world with members from 21 countries and events reaching to over 80 countries. We are the only umbrella organization working to popularize traditional sports and games globally. And in about 10 days, we're going to hold a Ethnosport Forum in Antalya, the sixth of which we are organizing. We took off in 2015 with a vision to enhance the cultural richness of the world. Unfortunately, over the 2 centuries, we witnessed a monopoly of culture from the Western civilization to try to make humanity into one culture. You know, we see a lack of representation in many organizations headed by the West. Obviously, this is reflected also in political developments of humanity in the 21st century. Many of the troubles that we're witnessing, I think, stem from the fact that the West, unfortunately, does not care about the cultural richness of the world, the colorfulness of peoples all around the world. And unfortunately, increasingly, we come to think at the Ethnosport Confederation, this attempt at a monochrome world by the Western civilization is not helpful for the humanity's future. And through our work in traditional sports and games, we are trying to keep the richness of the world. We are claiming that nobody can say one color is more beautiful or superior to another color. We think all colors are valuable, all colors are necessary, all colors contribute to the richness of our world that we live in. That is why we think the popularization of the traditional sports that carry the cultures and colors of humanity are indeed an important contribution to the future peace of the world. And unfortunately, the genocide that we're witnessing in Palestine is a continuation of such a double standardized approach from the Western civilization, because many of the rules that we come to call the rule-based international law unfortunately apply selectively. You know, we have seen it in a very short period, in 2 years, how rules of the international system are applied in the case of the war in Ukraine and how they are applied during the genocide that is taking place in Palestine. That is why we have to emphasize and we have to stand against this monochrome approach, the double standards carried by the Western civilization in their conduct towards the rest of the world. That is why I think we are happily working together with the ICYF and President Ayhan in reaching out to youth to preserve their own identities, preserve their own cultures through keeping their heritage in sports and culture alive. And we have been undertaking many events in many countries. Recently in Uzbekistan, we had a very successful event in Khiva, the historic city of Khiva. It was a good occasion to showcase the city of Khiva, the culture, the rich culture of Uzbekistan, but also with the contributions, sportsmen coming from more than 50 countries, we were able to showcase many of the traditional sports and games of these countries. I'm happy today to stand here to congratulate my brother Taha Ayhan in his new term, and I hope to work together with Muslim youth from all around the Muslim world and also in the non-Muslim countries to make sure and contribute that they stand with their own identities in self-confidence rather than give up to this double standards and the monochrome vision of the world from the Western civilization. Thank you again. Selamun Aleyküm.